right, let's get on with this musical item, and I'm really looking forward to chatting to Sarah Jade. She's a folk singer-songwriter from Pretoria, and her deep love of songwriting and storytelling leaves the audience hanging on her every word. Don't let her quirky blue hair fool you, which I've seen. It's lovely. She writes about the real stuff, while her sound can be described as, listen to this, Taylor Swift meets Noah Kahan, meets Olivia Rodrigo, meets Alanis Morissette. Sarah is very passionate about topics such as mental health, heartbreak and depression, as she aims to create uplifting melodies and rhythms to reclaim those moments. Sarah is in studio with us to chat. How are you doing? Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure. So, yeah, I mean, we talk about singing for a purpose, and that certainly sounds like what you're doing. You're using your talents for a greater cause. I mean, how do you incorporate it? What do you do?
So I write a lot about my experiences because I struggle with my mental health quite a bit, and it's been a very long journey of mental health for me.
Yeah.
So I write about my experiences, and I am very raw and like open and honest with it, and yeah, I just say what's on my mind, really.
Good. I'm so glad, because you know, people need that. You need to hear that, you know, what you're going through is not an isolated thing, and that there are other people out there that are struggling. I mean, did you find that was missing for you? That when you were going through what you were going through, that it was like, you know, I feel like I'm the only person that goes through this, but for you now, it's not. It's to tell others you're okay.
Yeah, it was so hard for me to try and find music that I related to, and it was a very lonely place to be in. And yeah, I'm just trying to be the person that I wish I had.
Yeah, I love that, love that. And I'm sure you're being that to a lot of other people. Okay, so talk to us about, I mean, I read the list of who you've been sort of sounds like and who you're meeting in your sounds, but perhaps you can tell us from your mouth, like, what kind of music is it that you're putting out there?
It's very, so I write all my own songs. I start off on the guitar, and so I play most of my gigs with my guitar. Every single gig, actually, I play with my guitar, and it's all acoustic, and then I have a band as well. So it's a lot of, I don't know, just very singer-songwriter-y.
Okay.
I don't know
so
how to describe it.
When we describe you as sort of a folk singer and storytelling, it's one of those descriptions that we can use. But I mean, I think it's wonderful. So when did it all begin? I mean, did you sort of start singing from a very, very young age and then get more and more into it?
So I've always loved singing since I was a little kid, but I never knew that I could sing. My parents were always like, no one in our family is musical. So, you know, I would beg to have a guitar, and they were just like, no, we don't want to waste the money, we don't know if you're going to enjoy it. And so I was involved in like school choirs from primary school, but I was never really chosen to be the lead, or never really stood out in any way. And then I went to high school, and a friend of a friend of a friend kind of was like, you should go for singing lessons. So I went for singing lessons, and I won a competition when I was in matric, and with that I had my first single release when I was 19.
Wow.
And on this day on this day 2 years ago, I went for my first ever open mic, and I got discovered there, and I was put into a rock band, and I've just been all over the place from there.
Brilliant. So it just shows you know, you never give up on those dreams, and they will happen. They will happen. And it's also so lovely to pour yourself into something. You know, when you hear about musicians and artists, what they're feeling inside is just poured into their music, and it just gives it so much more meaning. And it's a form of therapy for you and the listener. Do you find that as well?
Yes, it in a strange way, it kind of validates my feelings, because a lot of the time I feel all these intense emotions, but I'm like, what if I'm just being dramatic about it? And then I write honestly about it, and then I play my music for everyone, and they're like, whoa, I really resonated with that. And it's like, okay, what I am feeling is like real. It's like, it's the real thing, and it's not like I'm faking it. So it's a very validating thing for me.
A nice thing. So I know. I believe you also do a couple of covers, just you know, to add a little bit of variety into it. So who are the musicians and the artists that you love and you love to cover?
So Taylor Swift is my number one. She has been the muse since I was a kid.
Why? I genuinely am asking you this because I
Yeah.
think she's amazing in terms of what she's achieved and what she's done, and there is this global phenomenon around her. Help me understand why she's so amazing.
Okay.
Okay, go for it.
So she started out when she was very young,
Yeah.
writing about imaginary things, but her storytelling and her songwriting is so captivating. And throughout her entire career, she's been such a positive role model for me. And I've really looked up to her and I was like, wow, I wish I could sing like that. I wish I could write like that. I wish I could play guitar like that. And she's just been such a positive role model, and I think she's just a genius.
Oh, you and everyone else. 'Cause
Yes.
I mean, the following for her is
Yes.
beyond incredible. But I'm happy to hear from a fan's perspective as
Yeah.
to what it is about her. I mean, you can see how she successfully jumps from genre to
Yes.
genre and does it in the most brilliant way.
So inspirational. I am such a big fan. I'm actually doing a Taylor Swift tribute show in
Yeah?
September,
Really?
where I'm like getting the entire outfits. I've got a wig. I'm like a full band. We're very excited.
You're going full Taylor Swiftie on us.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. Well, you'll have to tell us details about that. I'm
I
sure you'll
will.
have a sellout concert on that particular day with everybody who feels the same way. But for now, you're performing at Riverside Sessions. And
Yes.
you're performing with the Parletons. I mean, I love the Parletons.
It's
They're amazing.
insane.
And Matthew Mole. Did I see that on the banner?
Yes.
They're brilliant. I mean,
Oh.
I absolutely love both of them.
I can't believe it. It's another, like I was telling you earlier, how I used to watch this show when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and the Parletones were actually the first live band I ever went to see that my parents took me to, and I was like, wow, I want to do that one day.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it.
And it's happening.
It's insane.
All of these things that you thought would never happen to you are happening to you, and I
Yes.
think that's absolutely brilliant. So this particular session that's going to happen, talk to us about it. Is it a couple of artists that are up the whole day? How is the concert going to be working?
Yeah, so we have, the show is starting at 11:30 with our first opening artist, then it's me, then the rest. So it's a band called Zebra after
Yeah.
me, then Matthew Mole, then the Parletones. So it's kind of like a whole day afternoon event.
Beautiful.
So it's very exciting.
Do we have an album as yet? Are we?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet?
have a
Are we
few
moving
singles and collaborations. I'm an independent artist, so it's very difficult
Yeah.
for me to get my songs out there. So today I'm going to play a song that isn't yet released that I'm hoping to get done super soon.
Fantastic.
And yeah.
And you want to keep your sound, and I suppose
Yes.
that's the joy of being an independent artist is
Yes.
you're so fixed and love your sound and want that to happen as opposed to changing it to fit others'
Exactly.
intentions. I'm
Yes.
so glad. Good luck.
Thank you.
I hope this is another platform for you to go even further. Singer-songwriter Sarah Jade talking to us about her musical journey, and she's going to be performing for us, dying to hear her voice and listen to her words as well. So that's coming up after the break. But remember, this Saturday, Riverside Sessions. You can get your tickets and also go down there for a beautiful day. So enjoy it. We'll have that poster for you up after the break.